You are in the world. This is going to be a short one today. We'll keep it within 30 minutes. So, this is going to be about our hair growth pills. Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so these are the Kensei Okami supplements to reduce hair loss and stimulate hair growth. So, we have a few products for hair restoration on our platform. These are in the pill form, which is very convenient. Okami hair supplements reduce hair loss and strengthen, thicken, and bring shine to your hair by promoting hair germ cell growth. Basically, a germ cell is like a progenitor stem cell. It can turn into a specialized cell for particular growth in the body. So, this focuses on growing hair on the head and only on the head. It's been confirmed with the suppliers. It will not grow hair anywhere else on the body, so don't worry. Prolonging a time frame for hair growth, supplying nutrition for hair health and general health, and all ingredients, as with all our products, are 100% natural, including placenta extract, nourishes hair germ cells through balancing hormones. Spirulina algae powder stimulates hair growth. Keratin moisturizes hair. Oyster extract improves hair condition. Ginseng extract supports healing of damaged hair. And we'll go into more details about those. So again, 100% natural ingredients extracted from nature with high biological activity compatible with the human body, helping to absorb and reduce unwanted side effects to the lowest level. You're not going to grow hair on your hands. Spirulina powder, rich in protein, vitamin E, and important fatty acids, providing essential nutrients for hair growth and growth. So this also includes fatty acids like our other hair products, which help nourish and soften the hair. Placenta extract reduces the impact of DHT, dihydrotestosterone, which does make hair follicles brittle and fall out, promotes hair growth as well as promotes hair germ cell growth. Keratin powder is a stratum corneum, outermost layer of the epidermis, the skin, that makes up nails and hair, especially counts for 70% of the structure of hair. It is a protein that protects hair from damage and strengthens hair, creating beauty for the hair. Calcium helps to make hair healthier and stronger, reduces breakage. Vitamins B1, B2, B6, and E moisturize hair and makes hair smoother and limits hair loss due to dry split ends. Because the drier hair gets, the more it's going to split. Oyster extract rich in zinc to promote health and support hair growth. So zinc is nourishing for the hair. So features with ginseng helps the circulatory system circulate blood better, promotes the movement of red blood cells in blood capillaries, which are very tiny vessels that the blood travels through. Hair follicles will receive abundant nutrients for the nourishment of hair cells and promotes health of the hair from time it is newly formed. So what's important about this, about promoting the movement of red blood cells, is that every part of the body needs steady access of blood to carry oxygen and nutrients to it. So when certain parts of the body aren't receiving the blood, those areas slowly die off. That includes the hair. The dosage form in tablet weight, 275 milligrams a tablet, 180 tablets in a bottle. Small tablet size for easier swallowing. Packaging material, the product is contained in a sealed glass jar to ensure food hygiene and safety. So glass is very clean for products and for food. It doesn't have contaminants and toxins like some plastics do. Closed production process at a factory, TK Pharmaceutical Company in Japan with more than 50 years of experience in the production of pharmaceuticals and dietary supplements. The factory fully meets good manufacturing practices, standards according to requests of World Trade Organizations. So how to use: consume a total of 6 Okami tablets a day, divided into 2 to 3 times throughout the day. Consume with room temperature or warm water 30 minutes after eating a meal. So example 1, 30 minutes after breakfast, consume 3 tablets. 30 minutes after lunch, consume 3 tablets. Or 30 minutes after breakfast, consume 2 tablets. 30 minutes after lunch, consume 2 tablets. 30 minutes after dinner, consume 2 tablets. So you can split it up either way you want. And the use. The course of use and period when you can stop taking the supplements will depend on the condition of your hair and your hair health needs. So for hair loss prevention or restarting a new course of use for 2 to 3 months, stop for 6 months. Hair became damaged in the last 2 years. Degree of damage is mild to moderate. Use for 3 to 4 months, stop for 6 months, then continue use. So basically in cycles. Hair has been damaged for over 2 years. Hair follicles are heavily damaged. Degree of damage is moderate to heavy. Hair loss in patches. Scalp is clearly visible from thinning hair. Use for 6 months, stop for 3 to 6 months, depending on your hair health needs. Okay, any questions on what we've gone over? Or any questions on the ingredients or the use?
Why do people have to stop using it after a certain amount of time?
That's what I was gonna ask.
It's used as needed. And then that's one of the things they did not go over clearly back when we had the match and meet. So in some cases you do take a break from some products because your body gets too used to them. For this, it's one of the things they did not go over with us, unfortunately.
I think it might be, I'm not sure if this is right, but it might be something to do with the cycle of the hair growth. Because I know if you get something like laser hair removal, you have to go every 6 weeks because it only targets hair in a certain phase of growth. So this might be something to do with that too, where it's not going to work for those 6 months. So don't waste your money,
Yeah, good point. Any other questions?
Would it help with like genetics, like genetic traits?
Yeah, the androgenic alopecia. If it's, this does have the placenta, which is a DHT blocker. So if it's DHT that's primarily causing your problem, it could work for you, but no guarantee. It's something you would just.
Sorry, Yusuf, I'm trying because the wind.
Keeps muting me.
Sorry, go ahead.
All right, so I just want to add one more point to what Nicole was saying as well. She made a very good point, like what she said with the hair cycles and everything. However, there's a lot of supplements out there that a human body can only handle for so much at a time as well. And if you keep taking them beyond that time frame, it could cause other effects. Like hair growth is one of them. So let's say you take the pills for an X amount of time and you overdo it, then it could possibly, like even though they say it doesn't grow hair in these certain areas, an over adaptation of using these pills could start growing hair in places that you might not want it, like on your knuckles or your back, or even on a female, like a mustache or whatever, So that's a possibility too. It could change the whole genetics of your DNA with the way hair grows as well. So that's probably why they limit you. And then also, Joseph, I did want to mention, Sophia had a really good question. Why so many pills in a day? That's a great question because that is a lot.
Oh, sorry, Kensei. I just saw your chat. It was blocked. That's something they also didn't give us. Like this was just recently translated to English from Vietnamese, so they didn't give us a whole lot to work with, unfortunately. The company also go ahead and turn off the recording. Yeah, we're almost finished anyway.
For the supplement amount too, this made me think of Hangover 180. So we were talking with them about possibly doing a supplement instead of the gummies. But one of the things that they said is to get the proper dosage, you would have to take 3 really big pills. So that might be something to do with it, where they don't want to make the pills huge, so they just, they make more of them instead of a giant pill.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
They are very tiny, actually, pills. I'll show you.
Yeah. Oh, you have them?
Yeah, it's like,
How long you been using them?
I literally just started this week. So I don't know. I cannot tell you anything. But I like, it's there to take 6 pills a day. I don't know if we're supposed to take them all at once or like spread them, or if it's
No,
no,
that was in the instructions.
Right. It just says
You can either, so you can either take 3 after breakfast and 3 after lunch, or 2 after breakfast, 2 after lunch, 2 after dinner.
Gotcha.
But not all at once.
Okay.
Sometimes the reasons why doses are split like this is to keep a steady stream flowing through the blood in the body, to keep it continuous if it absorbs really fast.
Right. It's just a little bit annoying to have to keep track of like 3 times a day. It's just,
Don't you eat 3 times a day?
Yep. Or even 2. I mean, 2, I guess 2, it's a little bit easier to manage, I guess.
Okay.
Or set a daily alarm.
Yeah.
I eat like 5 times a day, so it's no problem.
I eat
Billy,
6.
Billy more than I do. That's why you're fat, Billy.
I just look like somebody's dad. That's it.
Get the dad bod. Oh yeah, so yeah, the whole stomach.
Yeah, don't even worry about the gut. Don't worry about the gut.
Joseph, do they specify to take it
I am sleepy.
specifically with food for a reason, or
No,
like have to be with
no, about 30 minutes after a meal.
Okay.
So some things you don't take on an empty stomach. Like I never take zinc on an empty stomach. It makes me nauseous if I do, and there is zinc in here. But you also don't want it exactly with a meal, because with some products, when you take it with food, it's not fully absorbed. So it could be a reason why they're saying 30 minutes after eating, but you still need food in your stomach.
Would taking any other medications or over-the-counter drugs like negate its potency or anything like that?
It would depend how much you're taking, because when you're taking a lot of different drugs, they start competing with each other.
Right.
And then there's certain vitamins and minerals that naturally compete with each other, like calcium, magnesium, zinc, and copper. But he also talking about prescription?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, what?
I have another question.
Okay.
So,
Wait 1 second though.
okay.
But yeah, because there are some prescriptions that can't go with certain natural products. So you'd pretty much talk to your doctor first. And remember, that's a liability thing you use when you talk to customers.
Right on, right on.
All right, Kensei.
Yeah. So in the ingredient, they have spirulina powder, they have ginseng, and we also have products that concentrate on ginseng and spirulina. And those supplement, for example, how do we recommend to our customer without like overdose them, That's so many ingredients.
Yeah, but here the spirulina is a very, very low dose. And then the ginseng's not even a full milligram. the dosing in this is very, very low, so you don't really have to worry about overdosing if you're mixing with other products. Yeah, these are all very low dosed.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Anyone else? Oh. Okay, and everyone's clear on the instructions for use in case customers ask.
Yep. Looking to give me some braids pretty soon, you know.
You gonna take a bottle a week?
Was there any mention of like how soon people might be able to start seeing some of the benefits of the product?
That has not been mentioned either.
Yeah.
We have very little information that was provided to us.
So we're
Alex,
basically
you'll be the guinea pig.
There we go.
Billy, the experiment.
Yeah, Billy.
I love pumping
Billy's
just
bald, so let
unknown
him do
drugs
it.
into my body. I love it. It's awesome.
I think by now a lot of us know.
Joseph, one more question. I might have missed this, but is there any allergens, like nut allergens or anything like that, these pills or anything like that, that would be a severe allergen? Like, you know how shellfish is a severe allergen?
If someone has a shellfish allergy or seafood allergy, the oyster extract could end up being a problem for them.
I got you. And then second question would be, in the other markets, like I know we haven't really done much of dropping or anything with it.
Yeah, everyone else mute. I can't hear Yusuf. Everyone else mute yourselves.
Is that better?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So my next question would be, is that, like, I know with Droppy, we probably haven't had that many sales or anything, but in other markets, because obviously they sell this, how well does it sell? Do you have like an idea on that?
No, on Droppy, it was one of the top 3 products that was sold last month. It was mentioned on the Droppy group.
Really? Okay, so it does that well where it became a top 3 product. Okay.
Yeah.
That answers both of my questions. So that gives me more. Oh, sorry, one more.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so after you take it for a certain amount of time and you stop, do you need because maybe I missed this, but do you need to restart again later on to continue the hair growth, or is it supposed to be just like a one time you take it X amount of times?
No, you continue. So for the hair loss, like right here, the hair loss prevention or restarting new course, use for 2 to 3 months, stop for 6 months. Or hair became damaged in the last 2 years, degree of damage is mild to moderate, use for 3 to 4 months, stop for 6 months, then continuous use. Hair has been damaged for 2 years. Hair follicles are heavily damaged, degree of damage is moderate to heavy. Hair loss in patches, scalp is clearly visible from home. Use for 6 months, stop for 3 to 6, depending on your hair health needs. Yeah.
Okay, so I do got an additional question to that then, because you probably will have the best answer for this. So that's for Americans. I know Asians are different. Asian countries are very good and disciplined about stopping and starting, but there's such a huge gap in between. How would you yourself personally make the sell or pitch it to a person that is American about starting and stopping? Like, is there long gaps, like take it for 2 to 3 months, and then you all of a sudden stop for 6 months, and then you got to remember to start taking it again within after that 6 months in order to keep it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, set a reminder on Google Calendar. Put a post-it on the fridge.
Most people aren't that good with that. I can see where you're coming from with that, but most people are horrible. I'm one of them. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I'm asking for my concern. Even if I do put a reminder in my calendar or something, for whatever reason, I might forget it. And then even with the reminders right now, they just pop up. They don't make like a loud chime or anything really anymore, or they do, but you might like, okay, cool. And you try to put a but like, is there any words or anything that you might be able to make them feel the sense of urgency of like, you got to start taking this again after 6 months because of XYZ? Like, is there anything you can suggest that you would put in your pitch besides a reminder or post-it or a Google Calendar reminder, like on why they would need to?
That goes according to the individual, because I never sell to someone like they're just all the same people. So first you're going to feed off their personality to know the sense of urgency for them of growing hair. How important is it for them to grow and maintain it? Then you're going to go off of that. Because the urgency, some people it's going to be very, very important to accomplish this. Others, it's just going to be just something they're doing. So you got to know the person first.
Okay, that makes sense.
And tell them put a post-it on the fridge and next to the toilet so they see it every day.
And then something you can do
I have a
with
question too.
sellers, keep track too, and then message them.
What was that, Nicole?
I have a question.
Oh, hi.
Go ahead,
Nicole, please.
Okay,
Wait,
I'll just
can
repeat
you
what I said, and then you can ask your question, Gigi. Basically, just as the seller too, whenever they're stopping after their 6 months, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is, then you should set a reminder as well in your calendar so that you can know to reach back out to them when it's time to order a new set.
Touche, good idea. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, Gigi.
So how would you deflect people not wanting to take that many pills within a day? Because I think the directions like take 2 in the morning, 2 during the day, and 2 at night, which is a total 6 pills. And for some people, that's quite a lot. And not a lot of people would want to follow instructions like that, just because that could be a lot to them. How would you deflect that, and how would you tell them to take the recommended dosage?
Well, for one thing, it is a responsibility to do it. We're not supposed to baby them. And another, remind them that the pills are very, very small.
Well, it's not about a responsibility. It can look kind of intimidating to take 6 pills, or just to hear that you have to take 6 pills for some people. So, especially in American culture, like nobody wants to take that much, right?
It depends on the person, but yeah, you have to remind them what their whole reason they're looking into it to begin with is to restore their hair and feel confident again. So you got to use the factors that are motivating them to look into it into the first place, then go from there and remind them of that. You're just taking 6 little pills a day to get your hair back and feel better about yourself. And again, it's not year round. You're going to take a 6-month break from it.
I don't know if that's a really good convincing argument for some people. I mean, I get your point, but just some people wouldn't really feel comfortable right away taking that. So
Yeah,
that's actually a question that I've gotten recently with a couple people or my previous orders for that supplement as well. A lot of people were intimidated purchasing it or taking it because of the direction of the usage being 6 pills a day.
Yeah, but remind them, depending on what they're using it for, it's only a few short months, especially for the hair loss prevention. So remind them it's a short period of time to get their hair and confidence back. You got to remind them of the upsides and why they're looking into it to begin with. The positives outweigh the negatives of having to take them 2 to 3 times a day. And they can just take them 2 times a day, 3 pills at a time. It's not really that big of a deal in order to get their hair back and feel better about their appearance.
Yeah, because people that use Rogaine to get their hair back, they have to use it for the rest of their life. And if they stop, it'll just go right back to what their hair was. So I think it kind of comes down to how important it is to them, and the degree of severity of their hair loss too, because they're way more likely to want this if their hair is more damaged than just someone, like you or me, Gigi, who is like, I'd like thicker hair, but it's not super important to me. That maybe then I'd rather buy the futai and use the shampoo and conditioner over a supplement.
Okay. Another
me,
question. How does this affect skin? Because there's a lot of hair supplement out there, like sugar bear hair, that actually causes acne.
like
So
what?
what about that causes acne?
No,
So like sugar bear
like,
hair, it's a hair supplement, right? But it also causes
uh,
acne for some people. So this one, how is it with like skin? How does it affect skin?
if it does affect skin, it would probably make it smoother since it has vitamin E and zinc in it. And the spirulina as well, if it affects skin at all. But again, remember the dose is very low for all the ingredients. I was going to say, for me, I'd go with the pills and having to use the shampoos and conditioners consistently. I eat 6 times a day anyway, so for me, it wouldn't be a big deal.
So I have a question because aren't there? Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I just have a question real quick. Now that you brought the shampoos and everything. First of all, different companies, right? They're not the same company.
Yeah, they're different companies. So this one is from this is Japanese.
This is from Japan, yeah.
And then the Futai, it's a Vietnamese-run company, but the products are manufactured in Poland.
Okay. So, and my additional question to that is, do we have a comparison? Like I know you said you yourself preferably, if you're choosing, you would choose to take the pills. But has there been proven on which product is better, whether it's the hair shampoos and things of that nature, the conditioner, or the pills?
Well, the Futai products have a lot more ingredients, and they're also strong ingredients. So, for one thing, it's going to be the preference of the customer, what's going to seem easier, more convenient. The shampoo, conditioner, and the serums every day, or almost every day, or taking 6 pills a day. For me personally, I would just go with the pills, but it depends on the customer.
Okay, but even so, though, like let's say a customer has a question because you're trying to sell them one or the other because hair growth is a concern and a huge pain point for them, and they say it doesn't matter, like it doesn't matter at all. They'll do either or.
Mhm.
Which one's better? What would you tell them at that point?
I think for really severe hair problems or hair loss or breakage, I would go with the Putai because it has a lot more ingredients that nourish and soften the hair, especially if they're dealing with severe dry scalp to the point where it actually bleeds sometimes.
So you're talking about for refer. Okay, so then let me. This will clarify the rest of my questions. Then with this question, so let's just say they have a healthy scalp, but they're worried about hair growth concern, like they have patches, right? But the scalp is smooth. They don't have any dandruff. They're not worried about dry scalp problems, right? So would you at that point then? Would you recommend the pills? Like, would the pills be better for a hair growth situation for all the spots? Because it seems like with the shampoos and conditioners, that it might not help with certain spots, but it sounds like with the pills, it targets all of your head, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I would go with the pills.
Yeah, I think that's a good question, Yusuf. I think it kind of depends. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Joseph, but I think it's kind of like what area they want to target. Do they want to target from the inside out, or do they want to repair damage that's already been done? If their roots are growing and healthy, then maybe they don't need the supplement. They'd rather take care of the rest of their hair. But if their hair's growing in brittle and weak, maybe the supplement is something better for them.
Yeah, especially if they don't have severe dry scalp. The convenience of the pills. I'd personally go with the pills if my scalp wasn't severely dry.
Looks like there's a question from Cynthia in the chat.
Sorry, let's see. How big is the meal to take pills after? That's not specified either by the company, but I would say small is enough. It's one of those things where, you take medicine, but you still need something in your stomach so you don't get sick from it. So a small meal should be fine.
Okay, any other questions, guys? These are good questions.
Not on my
You're
end.
welcome.
Thanks, Joseph, for the presentation.
Okay,
Thank
I do
you.
want to comment. I do want to comment one more thing before we end. Again, I just got to give kudos to Joseph on how thorough he does his research on all of his products. He even described the glass bottle and why it comes in a glass bottle versus plastic, which is very true. If you can get any pills in a glass bottle versus plastic, you're going to save yourself a lot of toxins and things of that nature. Just like with water or any kind of liquid drink, if you can get it in glass versus plastic, because even when the sun beats down on the plastic and everything, you're mixing in the toxins of what the plastic potentially has. So that was a great detail that he brought up and
Thank you.
mentioned about what the pills come in, because that's going to be huge for the customers that are very knowledgeable about these things. They glass will never get into your chemicals the way it's made. So again, kudos Joseph again, another great meeting. You did it from head to toe, everything, including the packaging that came in on.
Yeah, when it comes to plastics, those of you in the US are very lucky. You can find a lot of products with BPA-free plastic. So the BPA is the toxin. In where I'm at, there's no such thing as BPA-free plastics. So all of you in the US are very lucky. But yeah, it's also the canned food, the plastic resin that's inside the can. It's supposed to help slow down bacterial growth, but that has BPA in it. So when you're eating canned food, you're getting that toxin as well. So anything else before we go? Nope. Going once, going twice.
Okay, thank you, Joseph.
Oh,
Uh,
Joseph. Oh yeah, get the lip treatment, it rocks.
hello?
What'd you say?
Nah, you're joking.
I said get the lip treatment, it rocks. I know it's off topic, but I love it.
I can't hear you. There's something going over your voice.
Sorry, I hope that's better. It was off topic. I was just saying get the lip treatment, it rocks.
The lip treatment? Oh,
Oh,
the other company. Yeah.
I know, way off topic.
Man, back up.
But yeah, I know what I'm gonna get for Billy. I'm gonna get Billy the pills. It seems like it'll help get his hair little friends as well.
You're gonna get this foot in your ass.
I got you, Billy. I got you, bro.